Contact Edmund and his wife Grace to plan your trip to Ghana, Africa.
It is so ungodly at this point. It is so far from godly. Now, they kill it because they have bargained their African culture continuity and their African self to be those things both elect themselves. Now, Marcus Garvey, born 1880.
Good morning. I'm reporting live from my Airbnb accommodation. I don't know which city this actually is, but we're near Kumasi. I should check my phone. I can check that right now. But here's the update. So this is the Airbnb. First off, the Airbnb reminds me of my home in Oman. It's a very similarly constructed building, and it feels very much the same with the AC unit, the marble floors, the concrete, I guess, walls. Everything is exactly the same. So it's an interesting style that is used. What can I say? Let's see. All right, so after our tour last night, after the naming ceremony last night, we drove through the rain to get back to our accommodations, about an hour or so from the location. A tree fell in the middle of the road. It did not affect us directly, but another car had to swerve, and a couple other cars had to swerve to get around it. The tree fell and was laying in the road for maybe 10 or 15 minutes until villagers, all with machetes, chopped it up. Elijah, myself, and Royce, and we hopped out, and Jackson, was he with us? Maybe. But we ran down there and filmed videos, but also pushed some of the branches out of the way. There was plenty of help, so it wasn't strenuous work. It was just assessing the situation and then providing hands if necessary, and the minimal effort was necessary. All right, so after that, we jumped back in the car. But before jumping back in the car, the rain began to come down, okay? It began to pour, and so we had to run to get back to the van. So we ran back to the van and we were wet. Then we took the trip home, back to our accommodations. Brianna and Kalisha's family stayed at the hotel. They made it back, and then I was brought here to this Airbnb accommodation, which is a cheaper accommodation. But what is resoundingly clear is when you go cheap, it's actually more expensive. And so here's the situation. First, after arrival here at the accommodation, due to the rain, the ground was slick and wet, so the van got stuck in the mud. And so myself, Edmund, and a couple other villagers who just happened to be passing by at the time helped us push the van out of the mud. It was pretty difficult. We needed some wood, and we needed, to get the traction. And really all we needed was a wooden plank. And so after pushing the van in multiple directions, trying to get it out of its, or to get it dislodged, a plank appeared. We were scrambling around. I grabbed a tree branch and this and that and went in one direction. Another gentleman went in another direction. And then a plank appeared. I was like, well, that's what we needed all along, just a plank. So anyhow, we took the plank and the other materials, and the plank worked. That's all we needed. So we put the plank under the wheel, spun it, and the van was dislodged. So that was the first, or the second hiccup. Then I get into the Airbnb, and everything is fine. Well, I mean, I guess Wi-Fi was the next challenge, and so contacting the Airbnb, looks like the electricity is back on. That's what I was going to get to. So the electricity went out during the night. I don't know if it was me. I had the AC going. I had my electric devices charged up, and woo, so it's been rough, right? Luckily, before the power went out, I charged the batteries for my GoPro, which is why you're listening. Good morning. I think this is day 4 of our tour. So, waking up in an Airbnb accommodation. We lost power last night, but the power's back on, and that's all that there is to it. So, Grand Rising, Africa.
Our lives in America do not afford us the chance to hike like this on a regular. Perhaps we can do it, but it's a little difficult. A little difficult because it's not our habit. You dig.
We need to rest. Yes, Kakum. 120 feet above the ground. Are you going to take part in the canopy walkway? You said, Coley, you can't. Don't try. Don't try.
Between the buttons for protection. Yeah. Please let me.
Let's go.
You're joking. Really? On the exact same snake as well. That's so crazy. Wow. That's actually just crazy. Is it like the green one? Eastern Greenland. So there's black ones. They mostly reside in Africa and Asia. Okay. There's bright green, like when they're adults. When they're younger, they're still green. So cool. Because the exact ones that I do. It confirms everything that you said. Yeah. Is that the blue? No, it's a bit further. Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm not here for a reaction. I'm not scared. It looks good. Oh. Look at this is a break. Yeah, that's good.
This was just like the rainforest in Costa Rica. Looks just the same. Muddy ground, clay mixed with leaves and all. This is exactly what I remember from Costa Rica. I was in Costa Rica for 3 weeks, living in dense jungle like this. We slept under a canopy that was on a raised platform. We had mattresses laid out, and then we set our tents up on top of those mattresses. And for 3 weeks we lived there. It was an eco farm. About a mile away there was a local town. So this wasn't an extreme version of roughing it. Not in the least. We were just outside the city living that way, but it was a work exchange. It was a free occupation, or excuse me, free accommodation, including the mattress and some bread, pasta, in exchange for 4 hours of work per day, where we would clear. You see this path here, this footpath? We would clear the path because tours were led at night, especially at night. Night tours in Costa Rica at a location called Drake Bay, or Bahia Drake. 3 weeks. If you like the information on how to have the same experience, I can put you in contact with I believe Emmanuel. Yep, you can contact him through WhatsApp and then make arrangements. So there you have it, some added value. Thanks for watching. iSee109. Yep. I can get you in contact with the folks in Costa Rica if you like that experience. If you'd also like an experience here in Ghana, I can get you in contact with our tour guide with Dream Destinations. His name is Edmund. His American or English name or Western name is Edmund. His Ghanaian name is Yao. I can put you in contact with him, and you can have this wonderful experience to yourself. This is the Kakum National Park.
Let's see your facial expression. Oh, he's videoing.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Don't cheer it. Oh, that's good.
I can't even see your face. Let me see your face. What do you think, Sasha? What do you
It
think?
tastes like a fruit.
You ate the whole thing? Are you eating the seeds? No.
I'm chewing on it.
Yeah, you're just eating the outside.
It's good. Can I get 2 coconuts? It's just the inside of it. You like it?
Oh yeah, the inside is bitter.
This is the one made honey.
Yeah, the bees.
Yeah.
What is this?
Wine.
Palm wine. Palm wine.
Is that honey?
Palm wine. Woo!
Here.
I'm okay. Let me get one. Eat the cocoa. The seed is bitter. No, I want it. I wanted to try it. I wanted to try it. I'm okay, thank you. Why so kind?
Take another piece. Oh, but it just you like it?
The outside is
The difference between this location and the experience I had, or rather the difference between this experience and the experience I had in Costa Rica, is that much of the footpath was not paved with stones as this is, or wood, as you can see. Much of it was simply the mud clay or what have you, and because Costa Rica is home to what, 5% of the globe's geo or biodiversity, there were quite a lot of insects. I can show footage or photos of those insects that I encountered personally. So essentially the point I'm making is I haven't seen as many insects here, which is interesting because this is Africa, the motherland. What say you? Why is that? I can think of one reason, you know, the climate or the tropical, you know, area where Costa Rica is. It's north of the equator, farther north of the equator than Ghana. That may explain a bit of it. So it's the climate, it's the moisture, it's the rain, it's the etc., etc. There's probably more precipitation there than here, which would explain it. But I'm no biologist, geologist, archaeologist, sociologist, scientist. I'm just a curious nature boy. iSee109. Do you have Instagram?
No.
Oh, why not?
Interested. I don't know. I'm not interested in social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. My YouTube channel. Simply.
Hold on, let me see whether I get network. Then I'll go and check it out. What do I say?
iSee109.
I mean I.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
109.
All right. Sure.
Like, subscribe,
All right. It's okay.
and you'll see your video.
All right.
Kakum National
All
Park.
right.
So,
Okay.
so say something to the people.
Oh no.
No? Okay, Patricia doesn't want to be on the video. She will be in the video.
Okay. I've seen it.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
You're welcome.
See, that's how you make a new follower. You don't ask people to like, subscribe, and push the notification bell. You meet them in person as you're on your journey, and you tell them about your YouTube channel, and you annoy them until they do it, until they subscribe. No, just kidding. All right, peace. Kakum National Park.
Oh, I know exactly what it do.
What?
Here, like this, like this. Like that?
You don't have to do that long. I thought I tried it.
We come up here?
Up here, down there, where you want? No, you can sit at any place, anywhere. They're coming to clean. There are some ants over here, so they're coming to clean the grass. Yeah, they are coming to clean. No, not spider, ants. Oh, yeah, you're ready. You want me to say you're ready?
Yeah, sure.
Edmund,
Yeah.
where are we?
We are at Baobab House in Cape Coast, one of the finest vegetarian restaurants. They serve all sort of foods. They serve vegetarian foods and non-vegetarian foods. So if you want the best in Cape Coast, come to Baobab House. Yeah, but you say na mama. So this is called the sap, made of ginger, moringa, and natural herbs. No sugar added. And they have one sugar, you can add in sugar. I decided not to go for the sugar one. Sugar, then I made that.
The little boys will be on you if you come to this restaurant. In the menu, they tell you how to handle them, how to deal with them. Preferably, you don't want to be alone. They'll throw their note up to you. You read the note, and you may feel sympathy and throw some money down for them. But no one wants that. No one wants that for them. They have programs to provide for the young people, and that's a little side hustle right there. A Ghanaian side hustle, so travelers beware.
Let's go to the catering department. Let me say the chef will be paid around maybe $120 for the whole month.
Okay.
Yes. So let me say the manager who is in charge of the entire hotel, like where you people are residing, will take around $300 monthly. For the entire month, that's his or her salary.
300 US?
Yeah, $300 US. Yes. You buy food is closer to you. So I don't know when you receive your salary, you people send it back. I know so many people are owing me out here, and they can't call me anymore for money because they came for the first time, they haven't been able to pay, so they find it difficult to come. But I know it's not their intention. They don't have them. If they have, they would have come back. But because they don't have, they can't do anything. Yeah. But it's normal. We survive. We survive. Just keep on keeping. Because
So really, so on the treetop canopy, I'm talking about right now.
I got salad, Mom.
sorry.
Rice and beans salad. It's called Hawaiian salad.
You want to come
Go
taste
ahead.
this?
When you walk past, it's always natural. It seems like now it's unnatural.
To like eat it and then eat it while it's recording and then make it where you can make one part of it time lapse, half of it.
Oh, and speed it up.
To carry. I know I'm not going to.
See when you.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Nope.
Are you gonna put this on your YouTube?
Yes, this whole trip. I have great footage of you and everybody. If you guys are okay,
So good.
post them. It's a whole documentary.
This is delicious. That's all I'm going to say.
Could I try something?
Say that again for the people.
This is delicious. Delicioso.
All right.
I got the curry vegetable with rice. It's delicious. Nothing else to say.
What did you say?
Is that curry? The curry powder?
I think so. I think that's what it is. We can ask them and find out to be sure.
Okay.
You want to taste?
Delicious.
Yeah, we're still waiting over there.
I'm nosy.
That is a fight.
Yeah.
The next minute could be like bloodshedding.
I don't even need to know what they're saying to feel it.
We're at the restaurant. We can hear some arguing going on in the back there. But you know what? This food is delicious. I'm enjoying my meal. I think we all are. Right? Mangoes, some rice. This is what it is. It's all good.
See, in the States, that'll be on Instagram.
Two things. I'll switch the battery and you can control this. And then I'll control the three. 360 view.
Okay.
So there are cucumbers, tomatoes, mangoes.
Oh, that's what
Some
that
lettuce.
yellow stuff is?
Yellow
I
stuff
thought-
is the curry. Oh, that yellow stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the mango.
Oh, for some reason I thought that was like a yellow potato. Are there potatoes?
Nope.
No potatoes. What's that?
What is this?
Yam balls.
2 of them? So inappropriate.
What? Yeah.
I like big yam balls and I cannot lie. Everything's balls. Everything's phallic in this restaurant. Alright.
What is this?
I get
Dad, what is this?
more rice.
What's that?
What is this?
Like a sauce, like a tomato.
It tastes like
Jackson's first bite.
Like?
Pancake?
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. I'm not. It almost tastes like spaghetti sauce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jackson drops the real review. The real food review. They served me an omelet with cheese, and the cheese was like the pizza cheese, and I didn't enjoy it because it tasted like an omelet with a pizza, or a pizza and omelet. So the next time I told them no cheese. But eating food is an adventure, so
What is that? Dad, what is that?
What?
Pasta?
No, salad.
it tastes like a and these are white beans, or as we know, black eyed.
Hebrew Israelites.
I'm an Israelite. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite.
Okay. That's right.
I am Kofi Kwabena.
Well, Corbina, this is what I do, man. I would like to
I know, brother. I know.
Yeah, I just want to give you one. You hang it out the wall.
I know.
You just to show me. Show me the one you like, yeah.
Yeah.
Black power, black is good. Yeah, only one Africa.
Africa unite. That's right.
Can I have your shirt? Can I have your...
I don't have my shirt. I will give my shirt away, but not today.
I agree. Something for your boys.
They have that down. Something for your boy. Something for your boy, they say. Something for your boy. Cape Coast Castle is a World Heritage Site, one of the group of castles and forts along the coast of Ghana that were designated World Heritage Monuments in 1979. Cape Coast Castle, as it exists today, was built over a period of 300 years. Its early history is obscure. The first structure on the site was a timber trading lodge built by the Swedes in 1654 in a land then known as the Gold Coast. This lodge was soon replaced by a fort built in stone, which changed hands several times before 1664, when it was finally captured by the English. Its subsequent metamorphosis into a castle as the headquarters of the Royal African Company, its transformation through extensive alteration, demolition, construction, and addition over the following 300 years, and its use for a wide variety of purposes, is the subject of this exhibition at Cape Coast Castle. So we were just at the Baobab restaurant, and we were having a discussion about the circumstances that black people find themselves in around the globe. And we were just utterly, just exhausted by all of the difficulties and challenges for black people around the globe, because we really, as African Americans, want Africans to unite. And we see the solution to being to our liberation and to our empowerment and strength in our unity. And yet it's very difficult. It's very difficult to actually accomplish that. And my perspective was that, hey, you know, every African leader who had that particular ideal was assassinated by the United States CIA. And it goes to show the military strength of the U.S. You know, over 800 military bases around the globe. How are you going to win? How are you going to beat that? You know? So it's a devastating reality that we all have to face. And many of us don't want to challenge the status quo. And so we just go ahead with things the way that they are, accept them, and, you know, enjoy our little cookies and our little adventures when the reality is very difficult. I was saying that because, you know, as we arrived here, you know, the brothers and the sisters who are from the community, they have been hounding us for donations and for money. As our tour guide instructed us, there's a program. There's schooling, and there are programs whereby I'm being called back to the tour group now. There are programs that provide for these young people, and yet they want more. And so they're out here hustling, as you see. So Jackson, welcome back to Gore Castle, right?
Yeah.
Cape Coast Castle. All right. I'm gonna get back to you in a second. So.
Okay.
It is a corrupted Portuguese word which means shopkeeper. That was corrupted to keep it like English. This structure is the youngest and the last slave castle. Come to Ghana, there are three of these structures. Several built along the coast and river. All of them are different. The first one is at a room that was built around 1482 Portuguese. There's one in Accra that was built by the Danish around 60. They stayed in the dungeon 2 weeks, 3 nights. All depends on the availability of ships. At 807, British then came out with a law that said they stopped the slave trade. That was led by one William Wilberforce. 1814, that was the second. From then to 1860, Africa, slave trade never stopped. It continued for 40 years ago. To 1860, it stopped. But that is building by the British as the colonial bricks like this, small bricks. You can see something here. They brought the bricks from England. They brought them to balance their Portuguese ships to Africa. So that with this last week was colonized. There was no sense. Watch your steps, there's some water right here. Please, let's move it. I off the lights intentionally. I just wanted to have a feel of the original situation. So hope you are gathered now. All the way to the last end. It was built for men, all men, thousands at a time. But they divided the dungeons into 5. So this is 1. And 200 make it 200. When there was no light, These three holes were the only source of air and light then. Yes. And we'll get 2 weeks. 2 weeks to 3 months. So some of them became blind. Some became blind. Now these original bricks, they had no toilet. Whether we can know what this was. What do you think this was? What? Waste, exactly. The first site Ghana was like this. This place has not seen any excavation. That's why you cannot see the bricks here. And so out of the 1,000, by the time they were ready to go with them, many died. And those who survived, that was not the end of their journey. They were gathered from the darkness, chained together. When they bring them here, at that time, there was a hole at the back of this white cloth. They call it a tunnel. So they force all of them through the tunnel. They'll take them to the door of no return, where we are going to see finally. Then they were taken away. But the tunnel was blocked when the trade was over. That was done to signify the end of the trade. And when we go outside, the hole is there. I will show you. But yet nobody can see that. When they bring them from the darkness to where we are gathered now, when they stay here for over a month, some of them were sick and weak. So here they will look at the sick ones, they'll select them. They'll send them to that small room to go and wait temporarily, just to allow the stronger ones to go. That was why they created this window, because then there was no light. So this will help them to see who's sick and who's not sick. So they call where we are standing now, selection room or sorting room. Whenever the stronger ones leave, the sick ones were brought from there and kept back here, but all of them died because they were not given any medical attention. What we see here is a shrine, but the shrine wasn't here. We have to know that before the white men came to Africa with Christianity and Islam, that was also brought by the Arabs. Africans were really good. People who pray to God through small was like a poor nation. So before British built the castle in 1665, the people who owned the land had a shrine like this around this part of the land. But when the English came and they built the castle, anytime the owners wanted to come closer to come and pour their libation, British would say no. The local people came for the shrine to their community. So when the English left, they brought the shrine back to this person. This was brought here around 1960. The name is Nana Tabe. Then in Cape Coast, there are about 77 of this. Nana is one of them. If you look around, you can see flowers around. This doesn't mean that someone died. The blacks taken away. The actual people did not get a chance to come back alive. And now their descendants, like you, coming from globally. Whenever they come, they go around and fall like it's always people. Many of them shades as well. But that's some pray and call a nation and do all kind of shows. They live this. That's why it's like. So today, we will not be going to the sick chamber, but go through the tent. We will go out. And before we go out, I don't know your faith now, but the man there is a priest in charge of the shrine. He's trying to demonstrate to you how we pray before Islamic religion Christianity. I don't know whether you are interested to see that. Do you want to see? Are you okay?
I would rather go mapa. I will not go so good. It's been about some map in the lobby. You are the shed man now. Ah, that happened soon. God put my audience upon mine. Casa, the one and out meal. What do you mean? Papa, by my good service and perform. Focus school will be wagging. What was the flu bear? Focus with this local. Who's so nice, come on. Another person have to step out. Pa! 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 And some pa.
Now, I just want to explain what they did. It's a prayer. And we pray with a drink or ordinary water, sometimes palm wine. We use a calabash. We don't use a glass or cup. So you pour the drink into the calabash, raise it like this to Almighty God. So we believe this. Somebody who created everybody. You and your other sister, are you family? You
Yes.
look alike.
Yes.
You and is she your sister?
Yes.
Yeah, you look alike so much.
come on the passage now. Passage now, 68 meters long. These ones are cannons from Europeans for defense. These ones are bullets, so these ones are cannon balls. These ones are cannons. So I'm giving you about 2 minutes for some people because it's getting dark. So you go to door flow return, you go then door flow return.
I just wanted to see if it would move. Oh, they move. They move.
Can you pick one up?
I'm not gonna try, but look.
What is it?
They move.
What is it? Lola asked.
What would it be?
Did they put those in
A
the
cannonball.
That's correct. Those are cannonballs.
So they put that in the cannon.
Oh, or stop. Stop.
Is it heavy?
Yes, it is heavy. It
How
is
heavy?
extremely heavy.
Oh, you imagine.
Anyone thrown at you?
Imagine what?
Imagine picking one up.
Yep.
Putting it in the cannon.
And you have to pick it up over and over again.
Yep.
Jackson, can you take a picture right there? Pardon me, sir? Can you take a picture right there? Yeah, let's put that. Oh.
Yeah, can do a group. It's allowed. Jackson. Okay, I wanted to stand in the middle here.
Can we do just one?
Okay.
Right.
Alright, let me start with the grapes. Grapes separated. This is what they can do. My name is the things can do. One of ways. You are welcome to come and the people was corrupted into what? His father went to the house. This place serves as a monitoring point. stretch your neck and look at it.
What is this again?
This is the passage, the hole that started from the male dungeon. I said when they're ready to go, they don't come out. They walk through the tunnel. What's that? Who you call a coach? Remember a coach? Why not doing it from the back? Who disturb you? I said when they're ready to go with the captives, they don't bring them outside. They march them through a passage, which was closed. And we were on top taking pictures. This is the passage, the tunnel. So just stretch your neck and look at it. So as they go, the British men will be here monitoring their movements. So just have a look at the movements.
Can you go in?
No, you can't go in. Very deep. I just have a look.
Here, you want me to? I could go too. Show 'em.
So were there stairs?
Is this the one they're looking?
Yeah. Oh, there's bats in there too. Yeah, there's bats.
The door of no return.
A beautiful women. Women with 300,000 men.
3 months in this hot, humid environment. This is where the women would be, the women's dungeon. They'd stand in their own feces and urine and blood. Today that ground is still covered with calcified, petrified human feces, blood, and urine. Well, that's the end of our tour, and the history is tragic. We've heard the stories. I've heard the stories many times before. I watched Haile Garima's film Sankofa in 1995 for the first time, and then I listened to Professor John Henrik Clarke speak. But this is still a process of discovery and of learning, of enlightenment. And so being here is a part of the process, and it was necessary. It was definitely necessary to be here. So, you know, my auntie Sissy said to call her name out, you know, while we're here. I guess I have to do that. And several hours ago, within the last 24 hours, my grandfather passed into the ancestral realm, so I guess it's fitting to call out their names. Of course, I'm a bit shy, but I'll find a good spot near the ocean here, as the British say, across the pond, and I will call their names. So
So what's the importance of us being able to tell our own stories?
It's a psychological. Fundamentally, it's for example, it's like a form of exorcism, because when human beings went into the cave, began to tell their story, they were asserting their identity, who they are, putting themselves in a time capsule of continuity, and therapeutically passing prayers, songs, healing psychological therapies. And so when you look at tribal communal societies in Africa, whether it's adorning the body, the clothes, or the yard, or the mask, or anything Africans have always done, even including the music, has a lot to do with the transformation of the community, psychologically, spiritually. And so, yes, when you don't tell your story, you'll be a confused human being forever. And that is what we are testifying now. We testify in Brazil, in Jamaica, in Ethiopia, Ghana. We testify as displaced people because we've lost the grip of our own story. And all human beings make stories to have a sense of continuity as human beings. The white power structure sustains its continuity. It's very greedy. It names the streets you walk on. It tells you who invented the street lights. It tells you who went to space and called it name with all Greek names of all the galaxies. Why? It has a mileage for white people. White power is a very undeclared, silent, confident domination of the world in globalization terms. So they don't have to assert continually, because we live in their dictionary. We live in their vocabulary of white supremacy. Our desire is contaminated and held hostage by white supremacy. And so in a time like this, fighting to declare your own identity, your own story, therapeutizes you, gives you a sense of continuity, a human, where you've come from. Otherwise, you are a non-entity. And so stories are a battle sounds, a battle cries. When you say, I want to tell my story, you're saying, I'm discontented. I am left out. I'm marginalized.
At the office?
Now this small place was the reception area for the background. Reception area. I want to show you the Elmina Castle. That's why I brought you here. That's our Elmina. That's Elmina, if you can see Elmina. Look straight. You can see the line is curving to the tip. There's something there, that is the Elmina Castle. You can see there's something like a pole to the sea, to the left side of the pole. There's something, that's the Elmina Castle. That was built around, if you look at the far end, that's the line is curving to the far back. There's something like a pole. The left side of the pole, that's Elmina Castle.
What does Elmina mean?
Elmina means the mine, the land of gold. Elmina means the mine.
Maybe Elmina is where you can actually walk at night, correct?
No, it's this one. Elmina, the door is small, it's very narrow. You can't go through it. You can see it. But here we walk through it. Elmina, you can just see the camera. You can see more cannons up on the fence. So,
Being here, your name and one thing you've learned.
My name's Arlington, and one thing I've learned was that the Africans basically built most of the structure, not the Great British.
Thank you.
Is that they changed their tribal names for them. You know, Africa, for that matter, Ghana, apart from the thing that brought some Thompson, Jackson, and this.
I'm Freeman.
Apart from that, we have tribal names, which are for identification.
Yeah.
So they mention a name, you know that this person is from here or there. And yours is complex and sad, because when we were taken to the Americans and Caribbean, you know, people from different backgrounds came together, husbands and wives, and they gave birth. Their children also go and marry people from different backgrounds. They keep mixing like that. They become brother and brother. And what happened at the time was that even in plantations, if you give birth, you give birth. when the child is up to some age, they'll separate the child from you to a different plantation farm. So today it's highly possible that you might be living in New York, go to marry someone in New Jersey. The person you're going to marry today might be a direct brother or sister or something. Separate
trip here.
I'm Lola.
So finally, before we go, we're gonna build this 357
where the slaves have to
we just started building these around
and where they're like captured and where the colonists live.
1,300 people kept at the time.
Thank you.
1,000 they went to
My name is Sasha Jefferson, and I learned about how there was a government who lived in a room behind me, and it had multiple rooms. It had a large living room, a large closet, and the room wasn't that big, but it was small. But it was a good size.
What did they do at this castle? Why was this castle used?
It was used for slave labor, so that they that the white and the government can use their resources and their labor to build this castle, and also to do all the hard work so that they wouldn't have to.
Thank you.
Oh, look at the moon. Mom, can I take a picture?
Yeah, my phone is there, baby. Everything's on there.
The moon? Okay,
Watch Sankofa by Haile Gerima. I think it's 1995 movie made in 1995. Read John Henrik Clarke's works. Watch his videos on YouTube. Listen to Dr. Henry Louis Gates Jr.'s documentaries on PBS. Listen to Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Dr. Ben, and for a living, breathing scholar who's active and produces work on a weekly basis, daily basis, listen to Dr. Greg Carr and Karen Hunter on Saturdays for your daily, or rather weekly, dose of enlightenment. I'm out. Peace. Well, what do we do? This is the reality. We know the history. And like, what do we do? Our circumstances are not going to change. We want Africa to unite and to be powerful and to be in a better condition for all of us. You know, we don't want to see the ghettos populated by our people. We want to see more upliftment and less violence, and we want things to be a lot better. But as an individual, on an individual basis, we have to manage our lives accordingly.
Hello. How are you?
These people here, our brothers and sisters, are out here working on a daily basis to earn money for sustenance, and we are doing the same across the pond, as it were. There's no easy answer, but education, learning, educating yourself and learning about history, about the world, is very important. And even our tour guide mentioned that
It's off.
No, it's still on, bro. The GoPro is still rolling. Still recording. So, yeah.
Sorry, I thought, you know, at first it was like this, so I thought you.
Yeah.
So you turn it, yeah.
You see the red button?
Oh yeah, that's. Oh yeah. I see.
Yeah, it means that it's still recording.
Oh, all right, all right.
These batteries die quickly.
Oh, okay.
And so they have to conserve as much energy as possible.
Oh, okay.
But that's not easy.
Oh, all right.
So this is your shop?
Yeah, that's my shop. Yeah.
All right.
For my cousins.
Whoa, some beautiful masks.
Yeah.
Love it. Man, this is beautiful. Do you ship internationally?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
All right.
We actually have some friends in the States that I sometimes do shipping for them and stuff like that. So.
Well, this brother may have found himself a new customer.
Yeah.
So let me get your information so I can certainly contact you.
All right.
And whatnot. These masks are powerful.